Today we're going to finish up the frame by putting the Meguiar's wax on it, and then we're going to get started on the front wheel. That's what's happening on this episode of Featherstone Bicycles. So now that we've got the compound on the frame and we shot some clear coat over the parts where the paint had been scratched off down to the primer, that's dried. It's time to now put the wax on it, which is the Meguiar's Carnauba Plus. This is a liquid wax. You put it on, and unlike the compound, you let it dry, which I do overnight or longer. Now that the frame is done, or it's put the wax on and now we're waiting for it to dry, we're going to get started on taking the front wheel apart. So we'll start by getting the skewer out. That'll get cleaned up on the wire wheel. See if I can get this plastic piece out without breaking it, which I did last time. Came out. Wonders never cease. All right, that's that. We'll get the tire off. I've talked in the past about the crosses, the 3 cross, the 4 cross, which was typical on the vintage Schwinn's and Raleigh's. And again, that's where the spoke is coming out of the hub. It's crossing 1, 2, 3 spokes. I saw an interesting video that Park Tool has up right now, and I'll put a link to it in the description, on the difference between 2 over and 1 under. And what they're talking about there is that the crosses this is over, over, and then it goes under the third one. And it's an interesting debate between Calvin Jones and another person there at Park Tool about the benefits of one versus the other. When I did the back wheel, this is something I had never noticed before. And I've always just done them where the overs are over, over, over. It's an interesting discussion. I think what the upshot is that it really doesn't matter one way or the other. I happened to look on this front wheel and notice that it is over, over, under. And it just never occurred to me before that that might be the pattern. Maybe that's the way Schwinn preferred to do it. But anyway, like I said, check out that video from Park Tool. It's pretty interesting. Start taking the axle apart and get it soaking in the solvent. Wow. It's on there tight. While we've got the axle components soaking in the solvent, we'll get started on cleaning up this very, very rusty rim. And we'll see how the wire wheel on the drill see that wire wheel took care of the vast majority of the rust on this guy. I was spending a lot of time on the inside because the tire was so old and rotted that it actually started clogging up the weep holes on the inside of the rim. So I'm going to have to go through with a little pick and knock all those blocked parts out. And then the next thing we'll do is, as you saw on the rear wheel, we're going to take some steel wool on the spokes before we put them up on the wire wheel. And then we'll also get the skewer on there as well. Use a lot of Q-tips to clean the grease out of the bearing race here. Get all these ball bearings out of here. Oops. And we just clean them up by having soaked in the solvent for a while. It loosens up the grease, and then just rub them around on the paper towel. Well, we got a lot done today. We finished up the frame. We'll wipe it down on the next episode, and we got the front wheel completely taken apart and completely clean. So next week it'll be putting it back together, and then we just have the brakes and the derailleurs to do. Don't forget, you yourself can make a big difference in your community, so check out the link to an Army of Normal Folks podcast. I think you'll enjoy that. And also there's going to be a link to the Park Tools video about the interlacing of the spokes. Thanks for sticking with me, guys, and I hope to see you next time on Featherstone Bicycles.